Hey, what's up, everybody? This is your boy Kenny, and this is Empire Season 3, Episode 17. And the name of this episode is Toil and Trouble, and this is Part 1. And next week is the season finale of Empire. I'm really sad to see Empire go, but man, was this episode fire or what, y'all? This episode was good. And a lot of shit happened, so I'm going to try my best not to take up a lot of time, so I'm going to jump right in and just go point for point what went down. Okay, the episode opens up. We see the new Leviticus Vegas club. Cookie comes in with her sisters, Carol and Candace. They kind of like peeping out the place. Upstairs is a meeting going on with the license commissioner, Charlotte Frost, who's played by Eva Longoria. And we can see that this woman is pretty much a liberal racist because she's referring to them, oh, you people, you know, you hip-hop people. And they just having like this little mean and shit. But then we actually see that the security pretty much actually zooms in and takes Cookie's picture, you know, so Cookie pretty much is, you know, is highlighted. The security guy takes the picture to Giuliana, and Giuliana tells Lucius to handle it. So we actually see that Cookie's at the roulette table, you know, gambling. She got her drink. Lucius pretty much tells her, like, look, you are really causing problems. You need to get the hell up out of here. You know, stop trying to make a scene and just go. And pretty much she says, oh, and then, like, she see that security's there to escort her out. And she's like, don't put your hands on me. And then she's like, whoa. But before I leave, I need to get my money. And she starts throwing the chips up in the air, and the security, you know, pretty much escorts her out. Then it rewinds back to 2 weeks prior to the opening of Leviticus Vegas. And we see that Hakeem is still distraught because we still haven't found Bella, and no one knows where Bella is. And he is so like shooken up that every time he sees a baby, he goes off, because we actually see that there's a woman holding a baby that like walks past the conference room. He literally runs after the woman and chases her down, and the baby was a boy. But, you know, Cookie talks to Lucius about it. She said, this is the 4th time he's done this. Like, we really need to find out where Bella is, because it breaks my heart to see him like this. And like, you know, Lucy's like, yeah, we'll definitely deal with that. But then she's like, we need to focus on this now. And he's like, I will, but, you know, Giuliana's waiting for me. And then we see that in Lucius' office, Charlotte Frost is there, along with Thirsty and Giuliana. And we already get that Giuliana and Thirsty do not like each other. But, you know, Lucius actually offers Charlotte a drink, and she says she doesn't drink. And she also tells him that she's a Mormon. And he's like, funny, I would have never thought that. And she's like, yeah, just like, you know, the fact that you're black, you know, I don't really just think you're a Christian or you're Muslim, you know, so I don't really judge people until I get to know them. But one thing I do know is that there better not be no hip-hop hooligans running through my city. So I'm like, here it is, you pretty much say you don't judge people, but yet you racial profiling. You evil bitch. So I was like, okay, I'll totally peep her shit. Then, you know, Thirsty's like, well, you know, I did my research on her, but I didn't even know she was a Mormon. That's something I didn't know. Well, and then like Giuliana's like, well, it's unfortunate, isn't it? Because after all, this is a real important deal. We don't need no slip-ups. And then Giuliana goes to the safe or whatever, and you see she got some black books in there. And then Thirsty's like, you know, so that, you know, that's the books, you know, as far as like, you know, so pretty much she asks her about the black books or whatever, and she's like, why are you all up in my business? And and Thirsty was like, first of all, I work for Lucius, so if I'm asking you a question, it's pretty much in relation to him. So what are you talking about? And then Lucius kind of gets in the middle of it, and then Giuliana pretty much whispers to Lucius like, I don't know, he's just so sloppy. And she's like, man, Thirsty's cool on me. Yeah, he wears these loud suits, but that's just him, you know, he's good people. But she's like, but I don't trust him, though. I just don't trust him. So he's over there. So first he's over there, enjoying, the food and, sipping on some champagne. And pretty much, Lucius is like, so Thirsty, you like the champagne? He's like, yeah, it's good. He's like, take the bottle, man. You're fired. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me right now? But yeah, let me get moving. That shit was crazy. But then, within this episode, we're actually seeing that Giuliana got Lucius in her back pocket. I mean, she is walking around like she is the queen bitch, and she's pretty much making judgment calls left and right. Because in the next scene, Jamal is rehearsing one of his songs from his album, and next thing you know, she pretty much talked. And so after he's done, Cookie and Jamal talking, she was saying that, look, we just need to get Steve Chu to get behind this promotion, and it's gonna be a home run for us. Then Lucius comes in, and it's like, well, we got rid of Steve Chu, we got this new guy, Byron Moore. And Byron Moore is like, well, I think what we need to do is that we need to push back when Cookies meets Lucius so it doesn't get in the way of Inferno. We don't need two big albums coming out at the same time. Man, Jamal is pissed, Cookie's mad, and she pretty much tells him, like, man, shut your dumb ass up. That shit was wild. And then Jamal is like, yo, I got a song on the Inferno. Why are you always trying to sabotage me, man? He's like, no, it's not that. Inferno is going to be big, and I don't want your album to get lost in the shuffle. You should actually have your moment just like Inferno is. And like, since Inferno is set to be released really soon, it should be about Infernos, but Jamal's not having it. And then him and Cookie start talking, and Cookie's going off like, so what the hell is going on here? Why all of a sudden why the hell you up here making judgment calls without me? And he was like, well, look, Byron Moore is a good guy. He's very popular in the industry. Giuliana even mentioned, it's like, oh, Giuliana. First of all, this is my company. He's like, it's our company. It's my company. It's mine and my family's company. So we are the ones who be making the decisions, and you better keep that bitch out of it. And then he lets her know that she is officially banned from Leviticus Vegas and that she's been black booked. So she better not show up there because she's going to get put out. So she's already saying that, yeah, Giuliana has worked her spell on Lucius. Then we see that Cookie and Thirsty run into each other. He's got his box because he got fired, and he pretty much tells her that, I just wish I could stick it to that bitch Giuliana. But then he lets Cookie know that, look, you're a real gangster, and you really care about, and you're also a good mother, and I respect that. But then Cookie's like, you know what, Thirsty? Why don't you come by my house tonight? I think I might have something that may interest you. So he comes with a bottle of wine, and pretty much, it's a part of, Cookie's crew to take over Leviticus Lucius and to take down Giuliana. So he's all with it because, Giuliana's the one that got his ass fired, so now he's a part of the crew. And pretty much, Shine interjects. She's like, look, you going after Giuliana, you might want to kind of slow your roll with that because that bitch is ruthless. He's like, I saw her shoot, and then all of a sudden Andre was like, what the fuck? And then both of them get into it because Sean was about to drop the bomb that Giuliana, killed Raphael. And they pretty much start getting into it, and then Portia's like, man, why don't y'all stop acting like a bunch of bitches? Therefore, I had me dying. I'm like, Portia gave me life this episode. And then pretty much, we also see that Hakeem and Jamal is there as well, and pretty much Hakeem is talking about Bella, Jamal is talking about his album, and again, Cookie stresses it that, look, Giuliana is a cancer and everybody is affected by her being around, so we need to get rid of this bitch or there will be nothing left. But Hakeem ain't having it, Jamal ain't having it, they end up leaving. Then, damn Andre, being the crazy smart ass that he is like, successful meeting, Mom, and then walks off. I'm like, y'all a fucking mess. but then Thirsty sees this shit, and it's funny because like when Sean, because first one that left was Sean, because Sean was like, "Yo, I'm not with this shit," and she's like, "You gonna bitch up now?" And then like Sean and his people left, and Sean literally took the bottle out of Thirsty's hand and walked off. And Cookie's like, "What? You gonna fucking leave and then you gonna steal the gifts?" Oh my god, this shit was hilarious. But now, Thirsty and Cookie's like, okay, we lost our crew, so now we need to do some recruiting. So we see that that's gonna happen. Then we're seeing even more so of how Giuliana has completely taken over Empire, because now there are a lot of budget cuts. Becky's been cut. Well, pretty much we see Becky, is meeting with Nessa. Nessa's budget's been cut, so she's trying to find out what's going on. Tiana comes in there, find out her budget's cut. Then the next thing you know, Tiana and Nessa get into it. Because, they had a beef a while back where they fought, pretty much on stage and shit. So, pretty much, Tiana was like, well, the reason why you got cut is probably because Hakeem ain't fucking with your music no more, and your music ain't shit. And then Nessa's like, oh, bitch, do you really want to go there? You want me to beat your ass like I did that other night when we was on stage? And they start to get into it, and Becky breaks it up, and then Thirsty kind of calls to Becky that, I need you. I got a proposition for you. And then we get a crazy scene where Lucius is pretty much meeting someone. We don't know who, but then all of a sudden, Mama puts, but the next thing we see Mama Walker puts down a plate, and he's like, what's this for? And she's like, I don't know. And he literally looks into the food, and she sees that it's glass in it. And he's like, why is there glass in this food? And she's like, Tyreek will never be in this family. And she's like, but why? and Lucius is adamant, like, why in the fuck is there fucking glass in this food? So we see that Tyreek comes over and he's like, look, lunch has been postponed due to some unfortunate circumstances, but he called Tyreek, because he wants Tyreek to help him find Bella. He's like, look, she's lost in the system. No one knows where she is. I need you to use your FBI expertise to find out where she is. At the end of the day, help me to find my granddaughter. And he says, I'll give you whatever you want. And we really see that Lucius is also torn up by the loss of Bella. That's his granddaughter. That's an heir, to Empire. And, we can definitely see that it's tearing Lucius up just as well as it's tearing up Hakeem. So next we actually see that we got the crew set up. Cookie now has brought in Carol, and she's brought in Candace. And we also meet Candace's husband, Kevin, who's this older white rich guy. And we also got Portia, and we also got some of Hakeem's people. They're part of the team as well. So we pretty much now got the crew, and also Becky. So we now got the crew that's pretty much leading to take down Giuliana. And Thirsty actually knows the whole blueprint of Leviticus Vegas, and he knows exactly where the safe is, and he says that she keeps all these black books and stuff up in there, with figures and all of that. That's what we need to crack, and if we get that to the commissioner, that'll put Giuliana away for a long time, because he says, I know she's on some crooked shit, and I know she has some shady business deals as to how things are being run, and we actually going to see, so pretty much he's saying that, look, we need to come together and we need to figure this out. So he pretty much has a plan where everyone's going to be in disguise and they're going to be doing certain things. Carol is to flirt with the guard. Kevin, who's Candace's husband, is supposed to be playing blackjack, and and he loves to gamble. So pretty much he's going to be there gambling. Everyone else is going to be stationed in different places, and he wants Becky to be the one that gets in there to crack the safe. And she's like, why me? He said, and Cookie said that because you're calm, you have a calm demeanor, so you'll be able to break the safe or whatever. And and then like Portia's like, well, she don't want to do it. I can break the safe. I mean, I broke into a few things, and she's like, and Cookie's like, could you back your ass up, please? No, we're not using you. We're gonna use Becky. And we really see that Becky actually works the thing, and Thirsty is kind of like coaching her through it, like, you are the lock, become the lock, in tune with it. And they are like going all night, and she's like literally struggling with it. And then finally, when she's like, I am the lock, and she gets really into it, she finally cracks the safe, and it's like, oh shit, we're going to Vegas, baby, that's what's up, girl, yeah. And then she's like, yes, I am the lock. And that scene kind of reminded me of when she was in that movie Heist with Eddie Murphy. Like, that was so funny, because I love that they're giving Gabby more, they're actually showing her character more, and she's really delivering. So Gabby, definitely a shout out from your boy Kenny. Like, I loved her in this scene. She had me rolling. It's like, I am the lock. It was too cute. Then, while that's going on, Lucius and Tyreek have a situation, because Tyreek finds the guy Sam, who works at Child Protective Services, and pretty much he's like, we got Sam here, and we want to ask Sam a few questions as to how is it that this child got lost in the system? How did this even happen? And he's like, well, I don't dime on what the. Hold on, give me a second. Yeah, well, he pretty much says, that, well, I don't dime on paid clients. So they proceed to beat his ass. And then when he says that, look, we have a lot of bottom feeders. I mean, a lot of them get lost in the system. And he's like, bottom feeders? So you mean to tell me that children who didn't even ask to be here, children who are innocent, you consider them bottom feeders and that they're not important? How does that make you feel, Tyreek? He was like, I don't know. How does it make you feel, Lucius? He's like, it hurts my feelings. And they both team up and they whoop his motherfucking ass. They fuck him up. And Lucius has to go, but he says, Tyreek, continue to do what you do and see, if you get some out of him. But it's good that, we finally have come together as brothers, that it took all of this for us to be brothers and to actually have each other's backs. Because, Tyreek pretty much at first when he came in there, he said, like, look, the only reason why I'm doing this is because it's a child and she's a part of my bloodline. That's the only reason. I ain't doing this for you. I'm doing this because it's a child. But yeah, they handled that. That shit was crazy. So next we're actually seeing. So now it goes back to where it opened up in the episode where they're entering, Leviticus Vegas, and we actually see that there is actually a plan. We see that Cookie throws up the thing that was what she was supposed to do. We actually see that they got people everywhere. They got one person working security, one person's a waiter, one person is is like a few people are waiters and all that shit. So everybody's stationed, somewhere. And then Cookie is there with her sisters Candace and Carol. And we also see that Candace's husband Kevin is playing blackjack, and that's where his station is. He's supposed to win big, and that they can actually put their winnings in a vault, which he does. And Giuliana pretty much takes him to the vault, and they learn the actual code to get into the door, which is 66649. And so we got that, and then we see that Thirsty, after Cookie gets kicked out, she goes to this van where Thirsty has set up an operation. He got the camera and everything all set up and shit. Then the next move is that Carol has to flirt with the guard, but the guard ain't really fucking with her. He's like, you know what? Get the hell away from here before I have you thrown out of here. Because she kept trying to throw herself onto him, but he kept rejecting her. But we saw that he had a thing for Becky. And they peeped it. It's like, oh, Becky, he got a thing for you, girl. Girl, won't you kind of shake a little something, shake a little tail feather, flirt with him. And he's a military man, so, and we kind of see that every time she kind of turns around and smiled, and he all, I was like, oh, what the hell? You like the big girls. All right, bro. I ain't mad at you. That's right. Big is beautiful, baby. Big is beautiful. So she pretty much goes up and starts flirting with him and everything, and and they was like, yo, we're gonna have to switch it now because now he's into Becky. Carol is gonna have to crack the safe, and they're like, oh shit, Carol can't do this shit. Carol crackhead ass can't do this, and they were like, well, we ain't got no other choice. And Thursday was like, shit, I wanted to bring in my own crew, but no, you wanted to, take your sisters on tour, so we got what we got, so we gonna do what we gotta do. And Carol gets in, and, first she's like nervous and she's jittery and she's really shaken up. She was even shaken up in the car when she came with Candace. And they pretty much are coaching her, and everything. And finally Candace came in, and after her husband was going to the vault with Giuliana. So now that she's in there, Thirsty directs her to exactly where Giuliana's office is and where the safe is, and she's kind of freaking out, but they're encouraging her like, girl, you can do this. You metal, girl, you tough. You can make this happen. And so all of a sudden, they lose video footage and they also lose audio, so they don't know whether she got caught or what. But then all of a sudden, Carol comes into the band and they all like, so what happened? And then she pulls it out like, like, yep, that's it. So she cracked the safe and she has all the information. We next see that Cookie takes his information to Charlotte Frost, and she's like, oh wow, embezzlement, fraud, misdemeanors, all this shit. Like, yeah, they really see that she pretty much got some dirty books. And then the next thing you know, like, shit, with this, yeah, Giuliana gonna go away for a long time. And she's like, yeah, that's what's up. And then all of a sudden, Lucius comes in there, drops off, I think, $500,000 on the table. It's like, look, this is you. This take care of everything. I can't have nothing. I can't have nothing. I can't have this opportunity to fuck up. And Charlotte takes the money, and she's like, really? Because she pretty much sees that she's a mother of 7 children, and she's married. And she was like, well, I didn't think, Mormons take bribes. And then she's like, and she began to say, like, you people are funny. Come on. Don't you people take bribes? I mean, isn't that how the way business is? And she pretty much decided to take the money, and it was like, so what if Giuliana's doing some illegal shit? You pay me off, I got you, just long as you don't bring a bad element into my environment. So Cookie's plan got shot because of Lucius, and she was just out of it, and he pretty much takes Cookie out, and then all of a sudden she's like, wow, like, you have an interesting family. And then we actually see that fucking Andre was in there, because we actually saw that Andre met her earlier, on that same night when Cookie ran her operation. We actually see that he met Charlotte that night, and he immediately is taken by her, and he's like flirting with her. And this scene, in her office after Cookie and Lucius left, he pretty much, flirts with her again, and the next thing you know, they making out. I'm like, okay, Andre's gonna give her some dick, and it's gonna be crazy. So, but then again, it's like, okay, it looked like as if Andre, we didn't know what side Andre was on. But then later, we actually see that he tells Cookie, everything she needs to know. She's like, look, she'll take bribes. She'll do all that shit. But the main thing is that she doesn't want a thug element inside of Empire. So she's like, so I guess we need to give her Biggie and Pop times 10 then, to fuck her shit up. And she's like, yeah, exactly. Because that's how Andre does business. He pulls out the dick and you sign on the dotted line. So that's pretty much what went down. And then we even see that later on, she's there with, she's pretty much meeting with Cookie's meeting with Jamal and Hakeem, and Jamal makes a decision to hold off releasing what Cookie meets Lucius is that, and the reason is that he's going to actually be performing in Vegas with Lucius. So Cookie's completely pissed off, and she's flipping out and shit, and she's like, you know what, I can't deal with this shit. And then like Lucius like, look, Lucius like, look, I'm really trying to do this for the family or whatever, because she's like, you can't trust him, you can't fucking trust him, why are y'all trusting him and all this shit? But she's like, but you saying don't trust him, but then you want me to trust him to find Bella? Like, what the fuck you talking about, Mom? So it's like everything is just crazy. So she just immediately leaves, and it's like, and then Lucius like, look, she needs to lick her wounds, so just let her be, you know, just let her be. And then we actually see that Tyreek finds where Bella is. And, of course, we know where Bella is. And, you know, we found that out last episode. And then, all of a sudden, Tyreek goes to tell Lucius where Bella is. And they pretty much, you know, have this brotherly moment where they're saying that, you know, maybe we can actually get closer and actually really start looking out for one another as brothers like we were supposed to be. So that was a pretty cool moment. But then when he said, well, wait till I tell you where they found Beck. And we see that Mama Walker has stabbed Tyreek in the neck, and Tyreek bled the fuck out. And I was like, holy shit! Whoa! I did not see that coming. He's like, right when he was about to tell him where Bella was, that's when she killed him. So it makes me question, was Mama behind the reason why Bella's gone? Did she have a hand in getting rid of Bella? It's a possibility. So, that's my review, y'all. You know, if I miss anything, put it down in the comments. I'd love to talk to y'all about it. But subscribe to my channel. Click that bell so you can get notifications every time I drop a video. Like this video, comment on this video, and share this video. And I will be back next week for the season finale of the season 3 of Empire. So until then, everybody, take care.